Okay, when we look at this kind of question, we look at every part. So we just look at each part of the function. So even if it asks a really long equation, it doesn't matter, we just look at each part. So s to the power of 3 is 3s squared. The derivative of x to the power of 3 is 3x squared. So xy is, the derivative of x is 1, and y, the derivative of y is y prime. So it's product rule, xy prime plus y. So the derivative of this is xy prime plus y. The derivative of this is this one. Okay, so what is the derivative of y to the power of 3? So it is 3y to the square. And because y is a function, you have to multiply by y prime. It is not y to the power of 1, it's y prime. It means the derivative of y. And it is 0. So you can 整理一下，然后最后得出 y prime 等于什么。Okay, this is the answer. Okay, then let's look at another concept. Okay, differential. So when we want to know something like f of 5.01, it is looks like a hard question, right? Because if it wants you to do something like this, it is hard. So we have a special technique to calculate this. For example, we have a function called y equal x. So when f of 5.01, we know the answer is 5.01. But if this function is hard, like this one, it asks the square root of x. So it is hard. So what we can do is to, first we calculate an easy one and then plus the extra differential. What does this mean? So first, we want to know the answer of f of 5.01, which is here. So we can first calculate f of 5 and then plus the extra dy. So f 5.01 is equal to f of 5 plus the extra dy. So how do we calculate the dy? How do we know this guy? So we know dy is the derivative of this point multiplied by dx. What does this mean? The derivative is mean slope. It means the ratio between dx and dy. For example, if we have a derivative of 5 divided by 2, it means when we go right 2, we will go up 5. So dy is the ratio multiplied by x. For example, if you ask, I go right 4, how much I'm going to go up? So we know 4 to the right will 10 to the up. So it is look like the slope multiplied by 4. It is 10. So to get dy, to get this guy, we first x the derivative of this point, then multiply by dx. So f to the 5 plus f prime 5, it is the derivative of 5, then multiplied by dx. So f of 5 is 5. Who is the derivative of this guy? So we know when we go right one step, we'll go up one step. The derivative of this graph is f prime x is equal 1. So f prime 5 is 1. And dx, how much we go up to the right? Go right. It is 0.01. So the answer is 5 plus 0.01, it is 5.01. So the concept here is we want to know a hard question. The answer of hard question, it is 5.01. So we can ask a simple question. What is f of 5? Then we plus the extra. We ask f of 5 and then plus the extra dy.反正看不懂抄就对了，就是多抄几遍就有影响。当然，理解是更重要的。那位，你看得到吗？都 OK， 可以都 OK， 看清楚吗？还可以好。Okay, so let's look at previous midterm exam Alright. So okay, so the question asks, there's a function called f of x equal square root of x, and you want to find the differential at x equal 4 and approximate f of 4.01. So if we just ask you what is the answer of this one, it looks hard, right? But if we ask you what is the answer of f of 4, you can know that it is too easy, right? So we want to use the simple one to approximate this one. Well, this one is look like this 2.00241. So it is really like equal. So when you look like this function, it looks like mysterious. So first thing is we plot this on the graph. F of x equal square root of x, and square is x to the power of 1 divided by 2. So it asks, we just imagine the gap is really large, it's 4.01. Okay, so we know that we will want to know the answer of this, f of 4.01. We can just use this, f of 4 is equal to, and we plus the extra dy. So it is f of 4 plus the extra dy. So what is the dy? Dy is this height. This height is dy. And we know that just like what I said here, we ask the derivative of this point, and then we multiply by this x, this distance, so we can get a dy. So it is f of 4 is 2, dy is applying 4, multiplied by the distance. What is the distance? 0.01. Okay, so what is the derivative of this? What is the derivative of this? So it is, you put down 1 divided by 2 and then minus 1. Okay, so we plug in 2 plus, we plug in 4. So 4 is 2 to the power, 4 is 2 to the power of 2, and 消掉. So it is 2 to the negative 1. It is 1 divided by 2, so it's 2 plus, this is the answer. So we approximate, the answer is look like this. You just need to write like you just need to write like this. This number is 2.0025. It is really close to the x exact number. so let's do a quick review. So when you ask a question like this, you just need to first to get the easy one, and then plus the dy. And then what is dy? dy is the derivative of this point plus multiplied by the distance. Then you get a dy. So hard question, you use the easy one plus the dy. f of 4 is this height and dy is this height. Then you get an answer. And then what is dy? dy is the derivative of this point, which is f/4 plus the distance 0.01. Then you get the answer. Okay. Now then let's look at trigonometric function. Like in economic, it is fluctuated. So this one is sine of x, and this guy is cosine of x. And the derivative of sine of x is cosine of x. Cosine of x, the derivative is negative sine x. So what does this mean? For example, at this point, the green one is sine of x. And at this point, the derivative is 0. Because the derivative of sine of x is cosine of x. So you can, when you ask what is the derivative of a, we get 0. It is 0. And we just check another function called cosine of x. And here we can see it is 0. Let's look at the previous midterm exam. Okay, so it asks a function which is called cosine of sin x 加 1, and it asks what is the derivative of this guy. What is this guy? It means if we take a derivative of f of x, it looks like this. And if we take another derivative of this guy, it is 就是呢，这是一个 function， 一次微分，然后呢再对它做一次微分，就会长成像这样子。那 f 的101就是说 f of x 微分了101次。So how do we do this? First, the derivative of f of x is we do the derivative of this, and cosine of x, the derivative of this is negative sine of 3x plus 1. But because this is a function, so we take the derivative of this. It is 3. Then we take another time. So it's a second time. The beginning we are here. One time we are here. Second time, we are here. Or we can say we are here, then we take another time. So we are here. So it is negative cosine 3 sin x 加1。本来是这个东西3是常数，就是留着。然后呢，sin x 加1再做一次微分，就会再产生一个3。所以就是负的 cosine sin x 加1乘上3的平方。Okay. So if we are here at the beginning, one time we go to here, another time, second time here, third time here, fourth time here. So every fourth time we'll go back to cosine x. So if it is take fourth time of the f of x, it will be cosine x 3x plus 1 4 times. Okay, so we want to know how many cycles it go. So it is 它微分了101次嘛，那我们就是101，因为4次会一次循环，我们除以4，4 2 8 21 5 4 20余1。What does this mean? It means 4 times as a cycle, and we go to 25 rounds. 4次是一回合跑一圈，那我们会这样子跑了25圈，然后呢会再跑一次，因为101等于4乘上25加1，4乘25就100嘛，100加1就101。就是说呢，4次为一个 cycle， 我们会跑25次，然后呢最后剩1，所以呢，就是呢最后呢，它跑了25圈，再跑一次，它来到了负 sin 3x 加1，那每次都会产生一个3嘛，每次都会产生一个3，它总共产生了101次个3，所以这就是答案。Okay, last concept before midterm is L'Hopital rule. I'll tell you what's the core concept of this, the true meaning of this, and I'll tell you an previous midterm exam as an example. So okay, so this is sine of x. You just know it is an periodical function. It is periodical. And the red one is sine of 2x. So now I ask you a question. For this is f of x, and I ask you what is f of 0. So we can see sine of x at 0. When x is 0, what is y? It is 0. The same. It is 0. So what is the answer of 0 divided by 0? We don't know that, right? So there's some guys call intermediate form, like 0 divided by 0, infinity divided by infinity, or negative infinity divided by infinity. This guy, we don't know the exact number of this. So it's called intermediate form. So actually, when x is 0, f of 0 is not defined. It does not exist because nothing can divide it by 0. Look at here. The green one is the sin 2x 除以 sin 的 x， 所以当我们靠近的时候，我们会发现，它是 undefined。好，所以呢，我们能做的就是 approach， 我们去看说这个值接近什么。那从图可以一看就知道，这个东西接近的值是2嘛。我可以知道它就是2，那我们要怎么做这件事情呢？因为呢，他们在 sin x 跟 sin 2x 在0都是0嘛，那我们就说在非常接近0的时候，我们往右一点点，它会向上多少？红色的会向上多少？我们就把它当作是这个点的值，所以我们需要找的就是这个高度是多少。那要知道这个高度是多少，我们首先要问的是这个点的微分的值嘛，就是微分的值乘上这段，微分的值乘上这个长度，就会得到这个高度。所以呢 ，sin 的 2x 的微分就是 cos 2x， 然后乘以2倍。那 sin x 的微分就是 cos x， 那这个就是它们的斜率嘛，然后你要乘上这一段短短的 dx。你就会得到高度，所以就两边乘 dx， 然后呢，这个 dx 就可以消掉嘛，然后你接着把它在这个点，这个点是什么？是0嘛，所以你就把0带进来，2x 还是0嘛？那 cos 的0是什么 ？cos 的0就是红色是 cos 嘛 ，cos 的0就是1，所以呢，这个就是1。然后2乘1就是1，所以答案就是2。Okay, so 期中考题有一些题目是会问像是 limit 这种 approach 的，那你什么时候判断要用这种方法做呢？你就先第一步呢，你先判断上下可不可以相除。如果可以相除的话，就先相除掉。那如果不能相除的时候，你把0带进去，你会发现得到0/0。那这时候就用这个 L'Hopital rule。那做法是怎么做呢？你去找这两个的微分，找出来之后呢，你把这个值带进去，带到这里面， 然后呢，你就可以得到答案了。那如果说呢，你把0带进去，举例说在这里0带进去，它还是可能是0的话，或是就是它的形式还是长成像是这种形式的话，那你就再微分一次，把这个的function再微分一次，直到找到可以得到一个 exact number。我的字会不会太吵啊？可以吗？OK，review。所以呢，当你们在期中考看到这种题型，第一个，你先判断上下可不可以相除。如果可以用一般的方法求，那就用一般的方法求。那如果上下不能相除，0带进去，而这个值带进去，会得到这种形式，那就用这个 row。然后呢，方法就是找它们的微分，然后呢，找出微分之后呢，你把这个值带进去，就得到答案了。好，那今天到这里，然后有来的可以传一下你们的笔记，或是你今天读了经济或什么统计，反正把你学的传给我，然后一样是学习总成绩1分。然后有一个表单，然后大家帮我填一下。那个59分才可以走。